Hi everyone, Dr. Vernita White here, known as Dr. V. Thank you so much for coming back today on Vlogmas on the 19th. So remember, in a few videos ago, I told you that I wasn't going to do this is day such and such a Vlogmas because there have been a few missed days, but this is the 19th, and so this is Vlogmas on the 19th. So thank you so much for coming back. Again, I am Dr. V, and today we're going to talk about what to look for in a coach. The last video I shared with you, I was telling you about what I actually did, what results did I produce in the world, what was some of my background, what business am I doing, and a lot of information like that. And then I also received some people asking me, hey, what do I need to look for in a coach? Now, they may not have put it in the comments, but they found me over on Instagram and people have been DMing me, and that's a good relief from some of the craziness. So I did appreciate that. So yes, you can also find me on Instagram at Dr. Vernita White. And quick plug, just know that my book is coming out on December 22nd, and I would love for you to go ahead and set up your Amazon one click. So you can click that button on the 22nd when the cart opens on Amazon, so you can help me reach my goal to be the #1 best-selling author on Amazon at that time. So again, people were asking me what to look for in a personal coach. So I'm going to share 5 things with you. Okay, so when I say personal coach, you can use them as like finance coach, business coach, health coach, relationship coach, life coach, book coach. Remember, there are a lot of different coaches out there. So when I say personal, just insert any type of coach, okay? So there are 5 things that I think you should look for while you're out there searching for someone to help you reach your next level. All right, so let's get into it. Number 1, I would say that you should make sure your mindset is right. I'm going to talk about mindset all the time, especially if you start working with me. We do mindset work before you do anything else. And that's from personal experience. Like my first introduction to the coaching world, I didn't start small. I went high end, high level, and lost my mind. And it was because I didn't fully understand what a coach was supposed to do. And I didn't understand my role in the coaching relationship. Now, I used to be an instructional coach back in the K-12 world where I helped empower teachers and administrators to be better leaders and better mathematics classroom teachers. Then I also went to the district level and did the same thing for different types of schools. In my mind, that really did not translate into the coaching world. I thought this was just in academia or in K-12 where the instructional coach come in, do some trainings, help the teachers answer questions, and then empower them to be, again, better teachers and better leaders. Same exact thing, but for some reason, I didn't know how to transfer those skills until I started working on my mindset. But by then, I had already invested thousands of dollars. So for you, before you do anything, get your mind right. Start somewhere, start looking up stuff about getting your mindset prepared to work with the coach. Do some work around your own mindset. I personally have a mindset course, but you can go out and find different mindset activities or a mindset coach just to get you started, because you will not succeed unless your mindset is in the right place. You also have to understand that the coach is not magical, right? The coach is not going to sprinkle fairy dust over your situation and then boom, everything's all fixed. You have to be in control of your own success, your own learning, but the coach is there to guide you and give you information, to give you steps and uncover blind spots that you aren't able to see. When they give you that information, it is up to you to take that step. And a lot of times, people don't take that next step because their mind isn't right. They went into this like the coach is going to fix my problem, where they should have been working on expanding their mindset, figuring out a growth mindset, uncovering some of the blockages they've been having in their lives, like why haven't they reached their certain level. So for example, and I like to give you examples so you'll understand what I mean. You've heard me say this before. I don't really like the word imposter syndrome because I don't feel like we're deceiving ourselves, but the phrase imposter syndrome happens when we put ourselves in a situation where we think we aren't ready for. So before I had my work on the imposter syndrome, I did feel like an imposter when I first graduated with my PhD. I didn't want people to call me doctor. I was afraid to accept the term doctor, all of that. So I didn't work on this mindset. I was all the way in some programs very deep until I realized that was an issue that was holding me back. That was all in my mind. So backtrack, I would have worked on getting comfortable being called doctor and then started investing in my business coaches and things like that. So I hope that makes sense. Make sure you work on your mindset. And again, mindset is something that's holding you back, some deep down stuff that either happened from the past in your childhood, or it could have been something that happened 2 years ago in a situation that you haven't gotten over. And that's why you are not moving at the pace you want to move. So that was number one. The second thing you need to look for in having a coach is whether or not they have experience. Now, experience can look different. Excuse me, experience can be, it could be credentials, but not all the time. So I don't want you to get hung up on someone, whether they have credentials or not, whether they have certifications or not. Now it depends. If you're with a nutrition coach, you may want that nutritionist to have some sort of certification in food wellness or something like that, because that's a little different. And then there, like life coaching, there are certain programs or certain types of coaches that should have certifications, especially like, I'm just going to stick with the nutritionist example because there are some life coaches that may not have a certification, but they are the bomb.com. So I personally am going to say like nutritionists because you're dealing with like health, wellness, and it could possibly lead to things that you're putting in your bodies and things like that. You might want to learn some things about that. But when I say, so I don't want you to get hung up on the degrees or the certifications or things like that. What I want you to focus on or look for is, do they have experience? Again, experience could be, have they worked with clients? Have you seen their clients? And then experience could also be, did they have the personal journey themselves? Sometimes we discount coaches when we think that they don't have clients. But if I've learned how to lose like 100 pounds, let's say, but not only did I lose it, but I've also kept it off for like years and years and years without gaining it back. That is experience. Even though I may not have coached someone to do that, that's what I'm trying to do. Not me personally, but if a person is out there and you're like, well, you haven't had any clients, but you hear my success story, I'm trying to get you to jump on board so you can be my next success story. But they have experience that way. So it's one thing for someone to lose weight and then it's like, oh, okay, yes, I lost 100 pounds. And then a year later, they gained back 50. And it's like, unless, the extra weight looks better on them, that's totally different. But a coach that keeps yo-yoing and they're supposed to be with like fitness and nutrition and all of that, that's something to think about. So you want to look at some of their clients. Again, if they don't have actual clients, look at their journey and then think about this. Don't even discount the clients, because a lot of times they've been helping people for free and not even considering them as clients. So you don't want to dismiss that either. People probably call them. I know people do that to me. People like call me, message me, ask me questions, or can you help me get through this? All of that. And I didn't realize that I was coaching them at the time. So not only was I coaching in the academic setting, I had been coaching in the personal coach setting for years without even realizing, like, oh my gosh, people do this to me all the time. So just look at the different ways that can be considered experience, and don't write someone off only based on credentials or if they don't have actual clients. Like, you get to ask them questions like, who have you worked with? They should be out there saying who they've worked with, or they should be giving you some sort of detailed process that they themselves have done research, tried it, seen results, and all of that great stuff. So that was number 2. Number 3, this goes a little bit with number 2, but you want to make sure that you have a coach that stays in their lane and that you've seen results. So yes, you may have experience, a coach may have experience in an area, but have you seen results? For example, if a coach says that they are a business coach, let's say they have a business. Okay, cool. And you want them to help you walk through doing opening a business or starting a business. That's great. But know that the purpose of a business is to be profitable, right? So you want to make sure that the coach you're looking for, if it's a business coach, have they been profitable multiple times, right? Have you seen success? And when I say success, you have to define what your level, your definition of success is. But if I'm doing a business coach, I need to see some coins, some paper, some money. Like, I need to see that you've actually done it, and so that I can do it too. Like, it's one thing to say, like, I'm doing a business, right? And I know some steps to get started. I know some ways to put you out there. I know a lot of the foundational stuff, but I'm not a business coach because I am still like in my business. I haven't gotten a business, sold it. I haven't hit like 7 figures in a business or things like that. So I wouldn't consider myself a business coach, even though I have a business, right? So a business coach, it does more than just, let me show you how to lay out this framework, or let me show you how to write a lesson plan, a business plan. They know like the ins and outs of starting, expanding, and scaling. There are levels to this. So you want to make sure that you find a coach that stays in their lane. I am an empowerment strategist and a personal coach, meaning you come to me with your situation. We look down, we can create a plan for you. I also have courses in personal development. And then I have a chat with you. And then if it's in my realm of one, expertise, and then 2, it can be in my realm of experiences, then we can move forward. However, and I said this example before, if you come to me saying that you want to be in a bikini competition in the next 6 months, the only thing I can offer you is say, well, let's get the accountability and the mindset work to around that. But I can't help you with what you should eat, how often you should eat, when you should go to the gym, poses that you need to practice on, and competitions. I can't do that. Right. So that's what I mean. Like, you want to make sure that they have experience staying in their lane and results. Like, I can go look up, I wanted to do a bikini competition. Do I have the information? Absolutely, but there are no results over here that I've been in anybody's bikini competition. So I don't. So number 3 to bring us back is to see if they have results in that area. And again, results could be something that they've helped people with for free. You may not see them like all up on the website or anything like that, but they should be able to speak to the results in the area that you're looking for. So that was number 3. Number 4, the fourth thing that you should look for in a personal coach, and again, insert type of coach, is they should be authentic, and you should like them, right? Authentic, like them, and the ability to connect. And I'm gonna take that out. The fourth thing that you should look for in a personal coach, and remember, insert type of coach, they should be authentic, and they should be able to connect with you, right? So they should be able to be there. You should be able to feel their authenticity, their spirit. You should be able to feel like they are a real person, and you should be able to connect with them. If you've already hired them, then you've made a connection. So that's part of like the first step. The next step is, as you're continuing the journey with them, you should feel like they genuinely want you to succeed. You don't want to feel like they're holding anything back from you. You don't want to feel like they're just downing you or anything like that. You really want them to believe in you, because the purpose of a coach is to make sure, yes, I'm going to take you through this process. Yes, I want to help you collapse space and time, meaning that we take some shortcuts or shave off time. And again, shortcuts aren't bad, but if it took me 5 years to do something, I want to make sure I help you in like 1 or 2 years to get there, or even faster, depending on what it is. The coach also holds space for you. When you feel like you can't do it, or you don't want to do it, or it's like, oh my gosh, what is this? I'm supposed to come in and say, you know what? You got this. This is what I need you to do, because I believe in you. You are powerful. You have everything that you need. And right now you're just in this space, but we're going to get out of this space. You can do it. Come on, let's go. The coach has to believe in you to help you to continue to move, because you are their success story. Yes, it is on you to succeed, but they're rooting for you. We are rooting for you. So you want your coach to be authentic and able to connect with you. The other side of that is, understand that you may not like your coach all the time, right? When I say that, I mean, you want the coach to be able to call you out on your BS. After all, that's why you haven't gotten to your level in most cases. If you are a high achiever, then you've been doing like some stuff that you have no business doing. You've been lollygagging, you've been doing excuses, because how you show up looks great to everyone. The coach sees over that. The coach knows that you've only been giving 60% when you know you should have been giving 150%, and they're going to call you out. But if they didn't care, or if they didn't call you out because they know that you need to go to your next level, then that's not a good coach for you, because you don't need to invest in yourself if you're just going to have a friend, right? There's no need to invest in yourself if you have a coach that's going to tell you everything that you want to hear. That's not the purpose of a coach. Now, when I tell you that when I call you out on your BS, it should be in love and with the solution, and then you should feel empowered after our conversation. You shouldn't feel deflated or defeated after I call you out. So you want your coach to be authentic. You want to be able to connect with them. And then you do want them to be able to call you out, but in the space of love and integrity and dignity. So that was number 4. And number 5, the final thing you should look for in a coach. Your coach should have a coach. Yes, I said it. Your coach should have a coach, or they should be part of some high level mastermind, meaning that if they are like the top producers, let's say like Tony Robbins, and I'm pretty sure that Tony Robbins has a circle. I'm pretty sure he has his own coach, personal coach, but a circle of people at his level, a circle of coaches to where they're brainstorming and growing together. You don't want a coach out here just being willy-nilly, and yes, they reached a certain level, but then they stopped, and then now they want to come help you. Your coach should always be growing. This is not an area where you stop growing, because the more you help someone else expand, you should be expanding as well. And if I'm already 10 to 20 steps ahead of you, because that's where you want your coach, like your coach should be ahead of where you are, then if you're going through my program, you shouldn't have outgrown me before you finish working with me, right? So for example, I do a lot of personal development work, and it's like, okay, if you feel stuck, this is what we need to do. We need to uncover this, because you need to get to this level in your career. And based on our conversation, you're stuck here. So let's say every time someone says something to you at the job, you flip out because you feel like they're criticizing you. We may go through some exercises to find out where that is. We work on it, and then we deal with it. And then I give you some tools to go back to work, and boom, whatever they say to you now, it doesn't matter, because now you're able to go to your next level. I shouldn't be coming into the session talking to you like, oh my gosh, these people at work, they just get on my nerves and I don't know what to do, blah, 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 blah. Wait. didn't you just tell me over there what I'm supposed to do in this situation? Right? So you and your coach should not be growing together. Now, if you do have a coach and it's like something experimental, and the coach is like, look, I'm about to do X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna put you through this. As I'm going through this, I don't know what's going to happen, but they're not doing it in the way that you are learning like together. They're doing it and they're still teaching you another process, but then you get to see them build something. This is more so like business coaches, right? Business coaches I've seen do this where they may be expanding over here in a certain area and they're bringing you along. So it looks like you're on the journey with them, but they're actually like doing it. You're not doing it together. So I hope that makes sense. Right. um, Another thing to think about, I don't want you to get confused. If you've completed the work with that coach, if you have grown and then it's your time to end, that's different than you've outgrown your coach, right? So let's say if you took my mindset course, you went through that. Let me not say that because that's a self-study course. If you were in my program and we go through the steps, like, the 5 steps to get over, a certain situation, it is a personal development course, and you've completed that course, you've grown, you've learned what you needed to learn from me. I helped you get to where you wanted to be. And there you are complete. You don't have to continue on with me because maybe that season of what you were looking for has been complete, and it's time for you to look at another area or get a coach in another area. So that's different. Or you've completed that program or phase one, and then you come to me and say, okay, Dr. V, do you have a mastermind? Because I want to continue working with you. I love your style. I love the way that you help me get results. What else do you have for me? All right. So that doesn't mean you've outgrown. It's just you've outgrown that one thing, or you've grown, you've accomplished and you completed that one thing. And now it's time for you to move on. So again, your coach should have a coach. I have coaches on rotation. I do have my own personal coaches. They are high level coaches and they make me stand on my tippy toes and stretch, which is why I am confident. And I challenge all of my clients to stand on their tippy toes and stretch, because we're not doing any basic work here. Because if I'm willing to invest in myself at a higher level, I'm seeking for clients who also want to be at a higher level as well. And I want to make sure I'm giving quality work. So your coaches should have a coach. All right. And yeah, we're going to wrap that up. So those were the 5 things that you should look for in a coach, whether that's personal life, finances, business, health, mindset, leadership, all of that. And I know that we are coming into the new year, new me thing. So you have time to really do some research. You have time to book calls. A lot of coaches are doing discovery calls. Book those calls, talk to them, and be ready to invest in yourself. Oh, and this is a bonus. Don't insult the coach. Don't insult their price. Don't say that, oh my gosh, you are too expensive or anything like that. Just say, I don't have the resources right now, or I need to find the resources, but their price is their price. So maybe that's not the coach for you, you know, and it's not, so don't insult the coach saying that, oh my gosh, you charge too much, I would never. Well, then you're not their ideal client, and that's fine. Most coaches who are confident and know their worth, they know exactly who they're looking for and who they can help. So if you book the call with them, obviously you need some help. And if they're not a fit, they're not a fit. That's fine. But just make sure you don't insult them, because, and this may sting a little bit, but I love you, that your lack of resources is none of your coach's business, right? If you know you need to be stuck, and I'm saying this from a personal experience, if you've been stuck and you want to get to a level, you will find a way to work with that person so you can get unstuck, because you'll get tired of being where you are. It's like we find resources for everything else, but for some reason the idea of coaching or taking courses outside of the traditional sense, it keeps a lot of us in this stuck position, this stuck place. And I was there. I am there with you. I understand. If you go back and find some of my videos where I talk about coaching, you will know that I thought these people were crazy. I thought this was this world out there, like, who does this? But then I realized, one, I've been a type of coach for several years before I realized it was the same thing. Athletes have coaches. Top executives have coaches. I work at a university. My former college university president had a coach, an executive coach, to help her navigate that world. She was the first female president in over 100 and something years. So yeah, Oprah has coaches. Has like seven, not all at one time, but on rotation. Oprah got coaches. So a coach doesn't mean that you're weak. People get coaches to make sure that, hey, I don't have time to be wasting and figuring this stuff out on my own. Show me what I need to do so I can go hurry up and get over there. That's really what the coach does. All right, so that's all I have for you. I feel like I'm rambling. But yeah, let me give you a little snippet of what I did today. Because usually I'm in the house, I don't really go anywhere. But I was out with a friend. We had a good time together. And then I went to my grandmother's house, and I was just there to drop off the gift. Here, grandma, put the gifts under the tree. I'll see you later. Grandma goes, well, what are we going to do today? Well, what are we going to do today? Right. And then I was like, well, there's a package at my house. I'm going to go get it. And she wanted to ride. And I was like, okay, that means I got to go all the way over there and then bring you back over there. And then I got to come all the way back over here. Okay, grandma. And then we did that. That turned into going to the beauty supply store. Then that turned into going to a steak dinner at Longhorn. That turned into going into Macy's. I was like, I wasn't planning on being out like this. And then that turned into us stopping by another store to pick up some libation. and then I took her home, but it was all worth it because my grandmother will be 80 in January. So I want to make sure I spend as much time with her as I can. I've already lost my mother and my grandfather. So our small family is just my grandmother, myself, and my younger sister. So I was like, whatever you need to do, grandma. I can't be upset that I needed to do a video because I was like, should have did it yesterday. So can't be upset. I had all the time yesterday to do it, but I don't know, I was out of it, but whatever. So I'm here on the 19th, and the vlog was on the 19th. And yeah, so I wanted to just give you a little bit about my day. I probably should do that more often, or need to do that more often. I keep saying I'm going to take should out of my vocabulary because it is what it is. But anyway, that's a little bit of my Vlogmas. And then the meat of the video was 5 things you need to look for in a coach, especially as we head into 2021. All right, thank you all so much for listening and learning with me. Put in the comments of what you look for in a coach. If you are a coach and you have a coach, what are some qualities that you've looked for in a coach? And if you're looking for a coach and it's something that I did not share, put that down in the comments as well. Because while I love you listening and learning with me, I also want to listen and learn from you because we are a community that learns together and grow together. All right, so I'm Dr. B, and I will catch you next time. Bye.